Does he have the earpiece? He has the earpiece.
I thought she said on the front.
Okay, we're ready to go if he wants.
Yeah.
Best seat in place. Not too bad.
I know.
He will be the man who does more than Birdie Lane. Absolutely. And you know what? So why don't we get to our interview here before our morning starts too fast? We're going to do we're going to hear his interview right now. We are visiting right now with Bob Heelis. He is the committee chair for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Celebration in Crosslake. Bob, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Bob, you've been involved with the St. Patrick's Day Parade for 13 years, you were telling me before we started this little conversation.
Yes, I had my arm twisted long ago. And one of the first things I did was buy a 1957 Ford fire truck that was down in Texas. So I had to fly down to Texas and drive that old fire truck back up here just in time for the parade.
So who said, Bob, you know what? You need to be involved with this parade.
That would have been the chairman at that time was Mike O'Connell.
Okay. And no looking back, you've been thankful to be a part of it all this time.
Yes, it's really a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's very rewarding.
How did you step up to the chairman part?
Well, after Mike, we had another chairperson, and I guess it just became, people kind of get burned out after a few years, and then people just started looking at me, and I shrugged my shoulders and said, sure, I'll take a crack at it.
Bob, as chairman, how much authority do you actually have?
Well, quite a bit, actually. Some people may not think so, but it's pretty influential, your opinions, and I work very closely with Cindy Mugato from the chamber, and between her and I think we end up making most of the decisions, but of course we like to get the opinions of our other committee members.
When you look back for when it first started to now how it's progressed to is it the 51st year? Parade?
Yes, correct.
51st parade. When you were involved in the past years from then to now, your time being part of the parade, how did it involve, and what did you kind of want to? I mean, you look back at last year as the 50th year. How do you take it to the 51st year and say, okay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or do we do something a little different?
Yeah. Between last year and this year, we actually did make some changes. We realized the parade route the past couple of years was a little bit too long. We bumped it up from 1.5 miles to about 2 miles, but that last half of a mile was hard on the parade participants, and there wasn't a whole lot of people or spectators along that last half mile. So we're back down this year. It'll be 1.5 miles, and it will end at Marine Max, which many people around here know as the former CNC Boat Works.
Okay. Well, it kind of incorporates the theme of the parade this year.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the things we talked about.
The magic of change.
The, correct. So that's probably the biggest change.
So with the new route, starts the same place.
Yes, we kick off in Town Square.
Okay. And I spoke with Cindy on the radio previously, and she had said you even did some improvements around town as far as where people can kind of maneuver and watch the parade from.
Sure. Last summer, there was a lot of construction in town, so the road is widened a little bit, and we have sidewalks now up and down the parade route on County Road 66. Um, we're still starting in Town Square. It gives us the opportunity to stage our major sponsors, our features, a general lineup, all the fire trucks that come in from out of town. The features would be the Shriners groups that we have with their little different vehicles that they zoom around in, and two groups of Shriners clowns. This year we have the Royal Court from Pine River and the Royal Court from Pequot Lakes. So you'll see some young ladies on the parade route. We've added the Vikings Skull Drummers, and they'll be joined by the Vikings cheerleaders. So that will be new this year.
When you want to make a parade function as far as the right length of time and as far as how many people participate, is that something you have to kind of focus on too? As well, we should maybe limit it to so many parade floats and participants, or how do you kind of coordinate that from year to year?
That's sometimes difficult, but because it's hard to tell anybody no. But we did find that last year it got to be a little too long with a few too many participants. Maybe that was because it was the 50th. So we're trying to gather that in a little bit. We still expect to have about 100 different floats and participating groups in the parade, but we're trying to keep them a little bit closer. Last year, because of the gaps from some performers, there would be a gap in the parade, and then some people, because there was no snow to keep them back, would actually get in their cars and drive out and go the wrong direction, thinking they could get out of town, but they found themselves right in the middle of the parade. So we're trying to avoid that this year and have a few more eyes on the spectators.
I did a little research, and I've heard a quote: "The best St. Patrick's Day parade in the state of Minnesota."
Yes, that was given to us by Twin Cities TV station, their viewership 3 or 4 years ago, I guess. And we're pretty proud of that. We still promote that fact.
So again, Bob, do you feel the pressure? I mean, the parade is about to begin as people are watching this interview here. We recorded this prior to today, that people are watching it to see the parade online as well as visit Crosslake in person. Any pressure that you're feeling of, boy, I hope I did everything right?
Yeah, after there were a few problems last year because the crowd was the largest we had ever seen. It was unbelievable. And like I say, the number of participants were higher than normal. So it gets a little bit hard to maintain the quality of the parade and not have those disappointments. And that's what we're trying to do this year. We're looking for more volunteers to help with the parade. I will be out at the very beginning of the parade, trying to slow them down when we have to close the gaps, speed people up when we have to catch up to the people in front of them, that type of thing. And of course, keep people back from the units in the parade, back on the sidewalks and curb.
Right. You want to make it a very entertaining day, but safety is always the number one priority as well.
It is, obviously. We have all of our police officers on duty during the parade, and most of the firefighters from Crosslake are on duty during the parade, trying to keep it safe and at the same time let people have fun.
And another key thing that I'm just amazed on how you coordinate keeping the crowd. I mean, so many people come to Crosslake to watch the parade, and then you assume,
Yes.
oh boy, am I ever going to get out of town? That's something you have to
Yes.
kind of consider, and just the coordination of the traffic flow has got to be a challenge sometimes.
It is. We rely on our law enforcement partners to help with that. And we found, depending on the year, sometimes they just have to step back and kind of let people go. And sometimes if it gets a little too jammed up, then they have to step in and free them up a little bit. So it just depends on the traffic at any particular moment. But we really appreciate all the time and effort that they put into this. And not just Crosslake, we have people from the sheriff's department, the mounted patrol from Crow Wing County. We have reserve officers from Pequot Lakes, and we have somebody, usually an officer from Breezy Point, around helping out as well.
It is, I mean, you can really see how much of a team effort this event is going to be when you gather around. And like you said, you have all of these people, these businesses, everybody, these groups coordinating and making everything safe and enjoyable. And that's why people keep coming back from year to year.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And we really want people, we're hoping for good weather naturally. If all the snow goes away, that's fine. But we just want people to not get impatient if the parade's going a little long, and stay in their cars or stay on the sidewalk, wherever they are. Just don't get impatient and think you can just pull out into that parade at any given time and go one direction or the other, because that's not good. It doesn't help us. It doesn't get you anywhere, and it doesn't make our police officers very happy.
So Bob, well, one more question here, maybe two more questions. First off, are you already planning for next year?
Not really. We tend to get through the parade, and then we have a meeting a short time later, and we talk about how the parade went, and that's when we start kicking around some ideas for the next year.
One year at a time.
1 year at a time. Yes, that seems to work best.
The magic of change is our theme this year. Bob, anything else before we let you get back to what you need to do?
No, I think we've covered about everything. We look forward to a big crowd again. We've had easily up to 20,000 people, and I think last year we were up around 25,000 people. I've never seen so many people in town. And all things considered, I think our visitors behave pretty well.
Bob Heelis, Committee Chair for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Celebration in Crosslake. Bob, we do appreciate your time, and have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, back in the parade is the Crosslake.
I was just curious.
Joining us. And Mike, why don't you give yourself a club So how
You guys what?
With RJ Broadcasting.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
You're not busy.
Hello.
So I noticed you two got into the kind of planning and
He's over by the Budweiser.
There you are. Who you got next to you there, man? There you go, Matt, right there. Oh, got to go to that cam. Did you see there's an entrance? So far, we have a good bit of snow. A little bit of wind. We have friends from program broadcast from vehicles. So we're sitting in luxury of vehicle directors. Move out of the way so we can
Of audio, so we need to hear what the good together.
And there are a lot of people here that are just like me. They are out in force still, even with all the snow. There is a crowd out here, and everybody seems to be wearing green, which is, you know, the way you're supposed to do it. But I'm not used to this. We came to the St. Patrick's Day parade last year, and it was similar. There were more people because it was a little nicer. It was very cold, but it's so much fun to see everybody get in the spirit and get really excited about this. Mike is right when he says that this is the biggest, you know, that Crosslake gets, even bigger than the 4th of July, because there are a lot of people that show up, even no matter what the weather is. So this is really exciting.
Now, Bertie, you had the chance to be close to Town Square earlier with your earlier radio broadcast. What was the turnout over there, and what was happening when you were doing that?
Well, so there weren't, obviously it's because they were setting up for the parade over there, so there weren't many civilians over there.
No,
but there were a whole lot of the floats setting up, all of the business owners that have their floats out there. I got to talk to a few of them. You know, I got to see some of the really cool floats that even in this weather are going to be amazing out there on the route. So
yeah, they go all out with these floats. There's different levels of voting for the best floats, nonprofit, business, children. Last year, the Crosslake Ideal Lions won the favorite nonprofit float. Ace Hardware won the float as well. Like you mentioned, they have food tents, beer gardens, everything set up in Town Square and along the parade route. It's doesn't matter what the weather is. Either they're always thinking it's 70 degrees and sunny, or they're feeding into the sponsor Jameson with the spirits.
So the judging, do you have any kind of insider information as far as how many judges there are, and is it, because I think we have one close to us. I don't know if I maybe I gave away too much information by saying that. I don't want to be like giving stuff away.
Well, every year they have a different panel of judges. I was a judge one year. They did like a group of realtors, a group of resort owners, a group of past grand marshals. So it's a rotating judges. It's typically between 3 to 5 judges, and these guys go all out. There's over 100 floats coming into the parade this year. It's been as much as 140 some floats on a really great year. Some might pull out some of the kid programs here with the weather, but you'll see as the parade starts to come towards us, they're not pulling back anything on these floats like Bertie was saying. There is some amazing effort, time, and commitment to this parade.
All right. We got Matt, roving reporter Matt, courtesy of Tanner Motors. Oh, I just went away. Where's Matt there? There he is. Oh, let's do this.
I am with Quentin and Cody. They are here. Quentin, where are you from?
Minneapolis.
Cody, where are you from?
I'm from Monticello, Minnesota.
And what brought you here today? And what do you look most forward to for the parade? Awesome. Quentin, what are you looking forward to most today?
You know, we've seen everything from festive, celebrating St. Patty's, getting the green and orange on. Yeah, just seeing your dates and it's really good.
Awesome. Boys, you guys got fans in there, so it's a little cool. Is that too cold? Quentin and Cody, I see the pump. I'm going to go get the pump. We'll get the blessing. Dragon Birdie, take it away.
All right, Matt. Let's get back to the main camera there. Let's try this. There we go. And back at it. All right. Bertie, what were you saying? Oh, here comes the parade. I should be quiet and let Mike do his thing here.
Well, like those boys were saying, this is the kickoff to Cabin Fever, and everybody comes in from the metro and comes up to the cabin and enjoy the first deal with the season. And starting off the parade, as always, is the Crosslake 50 Lakes American Legion and the Pequot Lakes American Legion to salute of arms. They always lead the parade, whether it's snow, rain, or shine.
I understand that Matt has somebody else he needs to visit.
I have the Pope with us, and he is going to bless this parade.
From St. Patrick, we'll take it. The 51st annual Crosslake St. Patrick's Day Parade. And the weather will not stop us from dominating this day. I'm very excited for everyone. There's a lot of great people out here. Come on out. I'll be at Andy's. Feel free to buy me a drink if you want. Also,
Thank you, St. Patrick. The parade has been blessed. Dragon Birdie, take it away. Tell us what we're seeing.
All right, got to go back to the parade here on the Crosslake St. Patrick's Day Parade as I try to do this fantastic camera work that I'm not used to. There we go. Back at it. All right, what's coming up next? Oh, there's a little bit of a space here.
I think there's a little bit of a space because, the weather is making people kind of take their time. But they're coming up here, and we're going to see somebody any minute here.
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
The 50 Lakes American Legion, Pequot Lakes American Legion just passed us, and now it'll be getting into the patrol and the Grand Marshals, which this year is the Flemmers, which has been a great institution for boating and everything water recreation marina over the years and history of Cross Lake. It's Al Flemmer's Marina has been a great part over this community, and Al and Judy look for the story in Pine and Lakes Journal, as they owned Al's Marine for the last few decades.
Mike, am I seeing things, or was this roundabout not here last year?
You are correct. This is brand new. This is a part of the roundabout that was just done this last summer. So they did a great job. It's the main drag strip of Cross Lake. It's the thoroughfare. So they made it, the detours are very accessible to keep the community and the businesses up and running through the height of the June, July, August this past year. The county did a great job and worked with the community very well on that. But it's, as they're saying for the parade this year, it's a season of change. And that's fitting right into it.
Before we started broadcasting, we had a little meeting with Cindy Mugito, of course, Cross Lake Chamber Director, and she was saying, at about 12:45, we're going to close off the street here. And I'm thinking, how can you close off the street? This is the parade route. And then, we're going to use the right lane way over there and close out the inside lane, and that way they can get through either way.
Yeah, and then they're making the most of it, too. I am glad we're sitting in this car with heated seats and temperature control, but I see Cindy with Char Nelson, the city administrator clerk, and our mayor, Jackson Perfest, is on the median in the roundabout. I assume that those guys are the judges this year.
On the scaffolding, which we would be normally set up on, there's a big ladder on the scaffolding, and somebody at the top of the ladder. I hope he's okay. What's he doing up there?
Whatever it is, I don't know if he gets paid enough.
He looks like he's doing some business up there, so I'm going to leave him do his thing. We've got another. It looks like we've got another approaching golf car of some kind here.
Beginning of a float here. That's probably going to be the golf cart, which is typically with the Grand Marshals, but with the weather being so inclement this year, the Al and Judy Flemmer will be in the car following the golf cart. But here comes the actual parade.
Now the parade route is a little bit shorter this year. Is that the kind of the part of the change too?
Yes, yeah. It starts in Crosslake Town Square and wraps around the downtown area, comes across the chamber and up County Road 66 up to Marine Max. And so it's a nice, probably a mile and a half route that's really well done.
And you can see just how dedicated the dedication of the crowd coming to see the parade. As we look at the camera here and check the lineup of people, never would I imagine that there would be this much dedication on weather like this.
Yeah, you can't keep them away. This is, they come out every single year at the height of it. Sometimes we have up to 20,000 people.
Wow.
And it's a big kickoff to cabin fever, even though it doesn't feel like it today.
It's when you have 70-degree weather the day before, and now you've got this weather. It's hey, it's Minnesota.
I was gonna say it's Minnesota. This is why we moved back here. I did have a question for you. You know, we've got a little bit of a lull here. How big is Crosslake?
Crosslake's a little over 2,000 people on the regular year-round basis, and but in the summer months we get an average of 20,000 people to 25,000 people a weekend, depending on the weather and the seasonality. That we have the 3 big holidays, and then every other week and every month in Crosslake year-round, let alone in the summer, there's always events. There's Crosslake Days in September, there's Winterfest in February, St. Patrick's Day in March. We have the cardboard boat races in July and August, and we have the June Classic Wood Boat Show. So there's the Fireman Hall Classic Car and Pig Roast. There's always something going on in Crosslake. So the population fluctuates quite a bit, but they base the count of this weekend being as big as the week of 4th of July.
Yeah, I have always wondered about that because this is such a lovely, lovely little town. And we've been up here for a few of the events, both with work and just on a personal basis. And between the Crosslake Chamber and Crosslake Town Square, you guys have such amazing events. And like you said, every weekend there's something different going on. Right now, here's the Grand Marshal coming up on us, and it is a golf cart, and then there's this beautiful car behind them with the Grand Marshals inside. And why don't you tell us who's after that if you know?
Well, following the Grand Marshals, Al and Judy Flemmer, who used to own Al's Marine that sold out to Outlet Recreation a couple years ago. We have additional cars from the Zura Legion Patrol. So I imagine those cars would typically be running the streets, but maybe be a little too slick. So they're on the trailer with their respects to all the flags. And we have the Army, Air Force, and representing all the services of the U.S.
Yeah, that's always one of my favorite parts is watching the little cars zip around there. But Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, U.S. Coast Guard. It's then they're little Jeep-looking vehicles, and they're just adorable.
Yeah,
so.
Those would be fun to be putzing around with, and they do a good job. All the kids love them, zipping around and doing their activities on the regular season. So next year will be better weather than this. And the first float that's coming by us is the key sponsor, FixCon, that does Emerald sponsor, local roofing, siding, and exterior contractor for new remodel or store damage. And even in this element, they got the band live and covered in the tarp.
They're playing the music. Look at that.
Yep, and here comes the candy for all the kids. It's quite a feature, bringing out all the kids for all this candy and all the hoopla that comes by them. And we're right across from Andy's. That is one of the hot spots on the corner here. And the first floats are doing well going through the new and improved roundabout.
Yeah,
so
that is really slick.
It's a little slick out there. I almost fell.
Slick in both meanings, yes.
Yes. And we
Oh,
got our
that's
spirit sponsor, Jameson, which has been a great addition to the parade with the Irish cheer, and they've definitely been a part of this for a few years. And we've had Kieran from the cities that comes up with 2 gingers in the past, and the local, and we have Jameson, and their sponsorship has been a great Irish spirit for our community here.
Jameson a little lonely.
Oh, Matt. Let's go out to Matt, a roving reporter, and see what he has cooking over there.
How are you? We're kicking it off here. Who are we speaking with?
Dave.
Dave came out for the St. Patty's Festival. Did you order this weather? Why do we have this?
It's beautiful. It's Minnesota. This is what we live for. This right here.
We strive and thrive in this weather. What's the best thing you're looking forward to?
I just had a cheeseburger. That was probably the best thing I've had so far. But yeah, life is good.
Ben is proclaiming that the Andy's cheeseburgers are awesome. Back to you, Brad and Bertie.
All right, back to the parade here.
The next float's one of our key sponsors as well, Dahlheimer Beverage, that has been Coors Light and White Claw, great supporter of Crosslake events, and look for those blinky button specials before, during, and after the parade.
Look at that boat. Oh, man.
Yeah, this is one of our key sponsors, Minnesota Inboard, located in the Brainerd Lakes area. A beautiful Malibu, and like I said, giving everybody those feels of cabin fever and ready for summer. Even though it doesn't feel like it today, it's right around the corner.
They got another one coming up here.
Beautiful.
Well, spring is what, Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a couple days away.
Yeah. So we're waiting. We're waiting. I'm not gonna. I didn't tell my husband what channel we're on because I don't want him looking at the boats.
Oh, selfish you.
I kid. I did tell him where we are because I do want him to see the parade and see all these great people out here.
Oh, got a few more coming down the track here.
Yeah, the Crosslake St. Patrick's Day Parade 51st Annual. And we're watching all kinds of neat stuff coming by right now.
Hear that crowd getting excited. You can hear it through our mics.
All right, who we got coming up next?
Burnix.
Burnix is here. Look at there.
Yeah, Burnix is one of our additional sponsors with Miller Beer and Pepsi products, and they service the Crosslake and the surrounding Brainerd Lakes area. Has been strategically involved in the parade over the years as well, and handing out some different levels of goodies, it looks like.
Ooh, look at what's he coming with, a big old tray of something.
I don't know if those are some chips or some...
Man, I want to open a window and say, hey, what about us? Hey.
Cheerleaders, Brad.
Matt, you got somebody over there?
No, I just wanted to let you know that the cheerleaders were coming.
Oh, yeah. Here comes the Minnesota Vikings cheerleaders.
Look at there.
They're weathering the storm. They're in their Vikings gear, and they got the Vikings skull drumline behind them. They've been a part of this for the last 15 years, depending on the availability of their schedule to come up, but they've been strategically involved and love to have them and have the support of the entire state.
Dedication.
Our next float is Lambert Water Wells, a local business that does great services with well drilling and take care of all your well needs.
What's behind there? What is that? What's on the trailer?
Throwing out some kind of balls.
They're throwing out stuff.
They got a lot of swag there.
Look at there.
What is that? Oh, they're throwing... I get it. The
Pots
pot of gold.
Yes.
There you go.
Pots of gold.
Very fun.
Holiday.
Oh, that's a neat little boat there. They've got the SS Holiday.
Nice, yeah. Holiday gas station in town, and the main drag of town.
Got another feature sponsor coming up.
Key Wellness and Aesthetics handing out candy.
They're fantastic. The Kellys own that down in Crosslake Town Square, and stop and see the Kellys. And they have an array of services and have been a great community addition. I think they've been here for about 4 or 5 years now.
So I was talking to I'm noticing the butterflies here, and I was talking to one of the floats earlier, and he told me that the theme of the parade this year is change. And so the parade floats are trying to represent, something that's a bit of change, and butterflies seem to be the theme, the manifestation of the theme this year, and I think this is really cool.
Yeah, coming out of their cocoon, of winter, and it's they changed the parade route like you mentioned earlier, a little shorter, but they've definitely have embraced their themes every year, and now we got a bunch of the Shriners clowns working the crowd and having fun with the kids and everyone.
I never understood people who are afraid of clowns because I just think they're adorable. They're so fun.
Birdie, you should research the history of jesters and their...
I know the history of jesters, but I love these guys. The Shriners, they always come out, they entertain the kids, they give, so much joy to everybody. I love it. All right, and who we got?
We have Magnum Research, one of our sponsors with Joby Gorgas, and it was our 2024 Emerald sponsor. Last year's raffle prize was a Desert Eagle 50 caliber. Local company that has done a really great job fitting in with the parade and their sponsorship. They have some representatives that are on the committee that help put this together, which is no small feat. Putting on this parade is a 6-month project, hands down with meetings. They do plugs all year long, but we start meeting in November to put this thing together. It's quite a spectacle, and we got some more Shriners clowns coming around on 3-wheel trikes and entertaining everything. They might do some jumps around the roundabout.
Where do you get the trikes from? Where do you get something like that?
They bring them with them.
Really?
These are the Shriners throughout the state of Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
So there's a number of different Shriners groups that come up, and they have their own features, like the military cars we saw earlier. These guys are their trikes. Some years there should be some boats on wheels that will go by, but
fun.
Multiple of the Shriners come up to support this, and we are proud to support the Shriners in their cause as well, statewide.
The fun continues. Who's that now? That's
Pequot Tool and Manufacturing, and that's another local company that has a co-chair. Mallory Gorgas is a part of the committee that helps put this on, and prior to her cousin Laura Gorgas was also a part of this. And then we have a featured sponsored following them. Minnesota Roots was a new local company south of town. And they are local CBD experts, and they have even stuff for your pets, it seems.
Oh, look at there.
But they're out handing candy and weathering the storm as well, and cheering on everybody back and forth. It's a good crowd along this stretch of the parade, responding even in the elements and wearing gloves as they sip their Jameson spirits.
Oh, speaking of the boats, there they are.
There we go. There's the Shriners Mariners boats, and they'll do typically some zigzags and figure eights and such like that. They're working the crowd back, but we'll see what they do with these.
They're posing now.
Oh, yeah.
Picture time.
How are you guys? I'm here with
Trayvon McKinney.
Trayvon. What brought you up to Crosslake today?
My grandparents, and because they live up here, and they told us that there was going to be a fun time. So why not come up?
I'm glad you made it. What are you most looking forward to?
This is the best part, and then also hanging out with my grandparents because it's a good time, and I love coming up here.
Absolutely. And who are we talking to here?
I'm the grandchild's girlfriend.
And what are you most looking forward to today?
I'm also here to party.
Awesome. We are here. Back to you, Brad and Birdie. Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Thanks,
Matt.
guys.
Back to the parade. Here we go.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
We got fireworks, Mike. Or it sparks, at least from the float coming up here. You just missed it. There were some sparkling things flying up there.
There may be more, and this is one of the.
Spark. There they are.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So this is the one I talked to earlier. This is Moonlight Bay.
Yeah, Moonlight Bay is a hotspot for the parade festivities, and we got Richard driving the vehicle with his red beard, proprietor of Moonlight Bay. We got DJ JP and some of the staff's kids weathering the elements, dancing like little dance machines out there. But what a great float.
Yeah, Richard said earlier that their theme was, their manifestation was cocoons and the caterpillars and the butterflies. He said that one of the staff's kids came up with the idea, and they really went out. They really went all out on that float.
They sure did. They do a great job every year, and heavily involved in the community with supporting all of our events, chairing some of the events like Winterfest, help Camp Knutson in our community, and other organizations like the PAL Foundations, the Park and Library Foundation.
It was Franson Bank and Trust that just went by us, and looks like we've got the Crosslake Ideal Lions coming up right now, and I love that truck. That is such a great truck.
What a great truck. Yeah, and these guys were last year's 2024 favorite nonprofit float winner, and they've been serving the community of Crosslake since 1982.
Yeah, that truck's from a little before that.
Yes, yeah.
I'd say probably 1940.
Yeah, you're the truck expert, aren't you? Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is. I've never seen one that small, but
they run some good events throughout the year, like the fishing contest at Moonlight Bay. They do all the Saturday music in the parks on Crosslake Town Square. Looks like we got
Matt's
some
having a party out
winter carnival royal family walking through now.
Oh, that's great.
She was singing, so I just wanted to catch it, but then she was not singing an appropriate song. So
It's the family-friendly programming.
So all of these are the royalty of the 2025 Winter Carnival out of St. Paul, Minnesota. 19 people are promoting the St. Paul Winter Carnival held last week of January.
Well, we need to have another one, I think.
Yes, yeah. Like they're fitting. They're the ones that brought this inclement weather.
It's very sparkly. I love all the outfits.
Mike, who's driving these little cool vehicles that I want to play with and drive around?
This looks like waste management vehicles.
Man, I want one of those.
Trash cans. Yeah, so they might have to new.
That is the coolest thing.
That makes trash fun.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, those are great.
That is the neatest thing.
Brad and Birdie, we got fire and pyrotechnics coming. Big fire coming.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, that's a part of the Remax hot air balloon. When they have good weather over at the cores, they'll do tethered rides on the hot air balloon during the morning, and then they take off the balloon part and they run the flames of the carriage.
I noticed one year I was at a parade and that went by. It was a very, very cold day, and that went by, and it was so warm. Just being, next to it, just being adjacent to it, it just was so warm. So hopefully the people on the float themselves can stay a little toasty, because it's a little chilly out there.
Oh yeah, that's
Brad and Birdie, I know you guys are in the van, but when they rock this fire up, you can feel the heat. It actually feels kind of nice out here.
Mm-hmm. Right? Right. Nah, just walk alongside them.
We had Grand Casino with the Land of Grand with all Wizard of Oz costumes, and now we got the Remax team balloon heating up the streets, and that does put off some heat.
Yeah, and weather like this, I think it's people's favorite float.
Yeah. They'll get closer this year.
Yeah, no, all of them are their favorite floats. These have just been some really fun ones out here.
The next float's one of our sponsors, the Dive Guys, the local shoreline restoration and weed control. That is a really good service throughout our area. Aquatic weed control for your shoreline. Great professional service. So if you're doing it right, you're making it abiding by all the rules with the DNR and still keeping the habitat well, but good professional service with the Dive Guys.
Yeah, finding that balance between how much you can take out and leave and all that interesting information.
Yeah, not one of those things you you ask for forgiveness after the fact. Yeah.
No. That's not the way we play this game. No.
And we got just a resident eagle keeps flying over town square here in Andes.
That's my ancestor.
Matt.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful bird.
Yes.
Matt's spirit animal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's allowed to have that.
Oh, he's waving his mic up in the air.
Uh-oh.
See if he's got a guest.
Brad and Bertie, I do have a guest. We are here alongside
Shelby Juve.
Shelby. How you doing? And what did you come out to see?
I came to the parade. It's been a long time since I've been here, but been on Rush for 30 years, and it's beautiful. It's an absolute great day.
What are you looking most forward to seeing today?
Everything, just absolutely everything. It's so great to see everybody. Everybody's so happy. It's amazing.
And here we are, and we will enjoy it. Thanks, Brad and Bertie.
Yeah, even with the wind blowing and the snow coming down, people are not leaving, not doing anything. They're standing there waiting for these floats to go by, just enjoying themselves, and it's a joy to see, don't you think?
Oh yeah, there's some characters out here in costumes, like you were saying, Bertie. There's inflatable leprechaun outfits, and then 4 people down, there's someone sporting their winter Arctic cat green gear just to weather the storm.
And there are some very resilient children out here carrying their candy buckets and giving them out to the crowd. So,
yeah. Candy makes all the cold go away. We have Larry's Lake Rentals. That's a new business in town, one of our sponsors here. They delivers pontoons to your dock for dock rentals and pontoon rentals. We have Crosslake Builders, which is one of our local construction companies that's also local builders who can build everything. Crosslake Builders does garages, homes, decks, everything.
Yeah, thanks to them as one of our sponsors, Crosslake Builders, Garage Guys, presenting sponsor here as we do our YLE broadcast from the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Celebration in Crosslake.
This next float's Outlet Recreation, which is fitting. They're showing off an Avalon Tri-Toon with a 450 motor on the back, and they got some beautiful boats for sale and rent. They have multiple locations of Detroit Lakes, Clearwater, Crosslake, and Fargo. It's the company that purchased the Grand Marshals business, Alice Marines, about 2-3 years ago. So they've been a good addition to our community. And now we have the Crosby, Ironton, Pequot Lakes, Pine River Bacchus dance teams, and they're dressed in hooded sweatshirts and North Faces to keep warm, but they're out there dancing.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Also very resilient, talented young people here, and yeah, they look like they're having fun.
You got to keep moving to stay warm.
That's right.
And Brad and Bertie, I'm here with
Pascal Bouchard.
And Pascal is from here, but she is living in Arizona. You didn't bring no warm weather with you?
I did not. I flew out just for this.
And what are you most looking forward to with your time back at home?
I'm hanging out with family at the cabin.
Awesome. Pascal's did not bring warm weather, but she's here enjoying it. Brad and Bertie, I forget. Well, who's your partner with you?
Mike O'Connell is joining us
All
here.
right. I'll include you too now, Michael.
All right, appreciate it. We can hear you over the Mission fire trucks are going through. We have a lot of fire trucks throughout the surrounding communities, Cross Lake, 50 Lakes, Emily, Ideal Township, Pequot Lakes, and Mission that come to this parade to entertain the kids, as you heard earlier with Matt. One of the favorites of the parade for the kids is these fire trucks sounding off. And they just followed one of our key sponsors as well, Whitefish Lodge at the lakes and Manhattan Beach.
That's what I was wondering. They've got all those,
Unicorns.
Unicorns on it. It was adorable.
Yeah, they do a good job. A lot of entertainments and such like that. They have the hotel in Town Square and the hotel restaurant, full service on Trout Lake of the Whitefish chain. They'll have some, they have a beer garden tent and entertainment in Town Square today, and then they'll have bands after the parade here up at Manhattan Beach Lodge. And then we got Cross Lake Sheet Metal, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They do a great service throughout the Brainerd Lakes area.
Whitefish Area Lodging Association now.
Yeah, they're a great part of our community. The whole area of Crosslake started out in logging in the late 1800s, and they thought that was going to be a business that would last forever, and it lasted less than 18 years. And then after that, the loggers started to settle into the community and started building resorts and fishing and hunting. And the Whitefish area resort areas is proudly sponsored here, and they have Boyd's Lodge, which is located on Rush Lake and Lower Whitefish Lake of the Whitefish chain. 3 generations that resort has been run by the same family, the Schweeters, and been a great addition to our community.
Mike, I'm just amazed that you knew all that information just like that.
Well, yes, there might be a little liquid courage from the Jameson spirits just flowing.
That was like, man, he knows his stuff. Man, I like that.
Crosslake Ace Hardware is a local out of across from Reed's in downtown, and they are great partnerships. They have bands and everything like that throughout the community as well.
We just saw Pine City, the city of Pine River. Their royalty just rolled by. I interviewed them a few weeks ago at a remote. They're cool.
Yeah, very cool. They're the birthplace of the Pine River Trail that in the 1990s revamped the old railroad and made it into a non-motorized bike trail, snowmobile trail in the winter, for, connecting Brainerd Lakes area all the way from Brainerd up to Bemidji. We got the National Loon Center. That's a nonprofit that's going to be breaking ground this spring, just behind what we're looking at in Andes. That's going to be similar to the Rapture Center down in Wabasha and the Bear Center, Wolf Center up in Ely, Minnesota. We'll have our version of the Loon Center, the state bird, and Whitefish Chain is one of the 3 largest congregation of loons in the state of Minnesota. And so a fitting location for the National Loon Center to be located right here in Cross Lake.
I just got my loon plates for my car, so.
Very good, yeah. We're excited to see what that will do for the knowledge of the loons and the protection of our state bird, the water clarity, which being the land of 10,000 lakes is one of the most important things of this greater Brainerd Lakes area recreation, and the lakes is our lifeblood. So excited to have them teaching people how to respect and take care of our natural resource that brings everybody here, besides this parade.
And what was the one that just went by the
That was the NAC.
The NAC.
Machine and Repair.
There you go. There you go.
That's a very cool.
If your snowmobile breaks down, you can call them. They'll come pick you up and then fix your machine and send you on your way.
It's a very cool float as well. And then we've got Jag Interiors coming up right now.
In a convertible.
Yeah.
In a convertible.
That's dedication right there.
Jag Interiors located in Cross Lake on County Road 3, and they do a lot of interior designs, custom. They have a great showroom and heavily involved with a number of local builders or case-by-case remodels.
Some whitefish at the lakes for when you, Brad and Bertie, decide to retire. You can, hang
thanks,
out
man.
here, get a great view.
Thanks for thinking of us.
Michael, tell them about it.
Whitefish at the Lakes is probably one of the most proud things we've had come to our community as a senior living facility that's located in Town Square. They've been here for about 4 or 5 years as well now. We have Golden Horizons and Whitefish at the Lakes as our senior living, and it was really a need with our demographic of our community here. A lot of our residents were forced to downsize off the lake as it was time not to maintain their cabins and their year-round homes, and they didn't want to leave the community, and this gave them a great option to be right here and be still a part of their community, these festivals, their congregations, their friends, and not have to go back to the metros. And I believe there's a waiting list for both of those facilities because they're so highly sought after.
We got to get my boy JD some candy here. JD, how you doing? What you looking forward to at the parade?
I don't really know.
I like it. He's open to everything. Boss, how are you? Who are we talking to?
How are we doing?
We're doing good. What you looking forward to?
Just enjoying the parade. just enjoy the parade and the weather and looking at my good buddy Mike O'Connell over there in the car. Not in the
Shout
weather,
out.
he's in the car. I see him smiling at me.
Yeah, the talent gets the warmth.
Yeah. But the good looks stay outside.
That's right. Brad and Bertie, back to you, and you, Michael.
This is a public service announcement about being overserved.
There you go.
There's a couple of really cool things going by right now for Lakes Jam coming up this summer. We've got Lakes Jam coming up in Brainerd at the Brainerd, what is it, International Raceway?
BIR, baby.
BIR.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there's this beautiful Gran Torino that just drove by. I would say it's probably a, 62, 63, but it's this beautiful green
Look at you.
car.
Would that be seafoam green?
Beautiful. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a seafoam green. It's just a gorgeous little car. Yeah, that's the thing I was loving the most.
Followed by an excavator.
Yeah.
You got a little something for everything with G&S Excavating.
And the kid riding in the loader there.
It looks like a cat, but it's a deer, so.
And Advantage Home Pros, they do gutters, roofing, and snow removal. They do it all. They're located in multiple locations throughout the Brainerd Lakes area.
Yeah, big happy St. Patty's Day.
A couple more shamrock leprechauns in their blow-up outfits that hopefully keeping them warm.
Yeah.
Advantage Snow Pros is this tractor going by right now.
Yeah, the Advantage Home Pros does everything year-round throughout the area. And then we got structural buildings. They do a lot of construction of commercial, residential, agricultural, industrial. They found their niche in our community with doing what many consider houses, and they're locally up on County Road 66.
What did you say? What was that?
Houses. Yeah.
Houses.
A house shop. Like a garage mahals, houses.
Garage mahals.
All these fancy
Yes,
words.
yes.
Houses. Okay. I like it.
Michael, you didn't tell us we were kicking it with celebrities of Johnny the Mattress and JD the Muscle.
Yeah, they're located out of Brainerd. They have a shop down there, and by appointment, you can buy matches from Johnny the Mattress Guy and Shannon Bertowski and their son JD, who's an avid snowmobiler and hockey player.
Nice.
Yeah, people going by handing out candy, and then somebody just threw some frisbees. It was from Structural Buildings, structuralbuildings.com. They were throwing out those frisbees. It's not really the weather for it, and yet it looks like fun anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Word, which is a 104.3 The Pulse, music with a message. They have a vehicle with ice castle following behind, and then they have our next float, your local boat club, which is statewide, and we have that located here in Crosslake off of County Road 66 in the old bait box, right on the Daggett Channel. You get daily multi-day boat rentals, annual boating memberships, full-service marina, located right across from Marine Max and the Daggett Crosslake Channel, prime location to get everything of all the amenities on the chain. Here comes the 50 Lakes Fire and Rescue Fire Department, so we'll be hearing a couple horns going off and a lot of kids getting more candy.
The thing with your boat membership, too, is they have spaces all across the country, too.
Yeah, so when people come from out of state and are staying at one of our resorts or anything, they can use these. They can use the boat slips there and rental a part of their program.
Matt, you got a guest? Nope.
I do not. I just left it on because, you know.
Right.
I'm going to get the whole effect of the crowd out here and all of the great floats going by the 50 Lakes Fire and Rescue.
You know what? I do have somebody. Who are we with? Pete. Pete, look at this guy. He got the good jacket on, the great mustache, sir. How long has that been working on?
I've been working on it for a few years.
Attaboy.
A little bit of time. Yeah.
It has finally worked out and paid off.
Right.
What are you most looking forward to here at the parade?
I don't know if there's something that I most look forward to other than the enjoyment of seeing some of the displays and stuff going by.
Well, thank you, Pete. Enjoy the parade. Brad and Bertie, Michael.
We got the Brainerd Lakes area fishing, and they are just doing sponsorships and volunteers to bring the boating to our group homes and vets and senior services programs. So another nonprofit, which is nice to see. They have a good array of organizations, kids clubs, the Shriners, nonprofits locally and statewide, and then the business community.
There is a shark
Baby
going
shark,
by.
do-do-do-do-do-do, baby shark, do-do-do.
And the shark is with the leprechauns.
Oh boy.
Picture time too over there. Yeah.
Then Q&E Quality Equipment, Sales and Service, and they got Kubotas.
That's a beautiful tractor, gotta say. And more candy.
Then we got Kicks on 66. This is a great location right on County Road 66 in Crosslake. They do art projects, so if it's a day that you can't get out on the lake, bring the kids in there, and they do mosaic art projects, painting, paper mache. They do everything, anything that is really interesting to kids, and it's the art place. And if you're looking for decor for your home or cabin, they also have some great pictures, paintings, Mark Harlow photography, and other arrays of state, local, national photographers and artists. Lakes Area R&R Bottle Shop. Happiness is just a bottle away.
Brad, Bertie, Michael, I'm here with Todd at Andy's as he's cooking up the best cheeseburgers. Todd, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How you doing?
Good. What's all on the menu today for us?
We've got cheeseburgers and pulled pork sandwiches and Reuben soup.
Reuben soup. Did you make the Reuben soup?
I did.
Is it homemade?
Yes, it is.
Attaboy. We got Andy's. They got cheeseburgers, pulled pork, and homemade Reuben soup. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like Matt's going to be bringing us some of that. Are you ever doing that for us there, Matt?
Bertie, don't be volunteering me for stuff.
Hint.
Listen, I don't know if you've seen my size, but it ain't going to make it there. I didn't get this size by sharing.
Yeah, I was just wondering because last year I didn't make it in time to get any of the good food. So hopefully they stay open for a little bit here on this chilly day. Lakes Area R&R is going by. Again, a slice of fun for everyone, it says on the sign. And now we've got this adorable little truck from Riverwood Healthcare Center.
What kind of truck is that, Bertie? Come on.
Oh, I don't know.
Too specialized?
She just called, you remember that in the beginning, that Italian car, the little teal one? She called that a Gran Torino earlier. I just said, yeah. It's awesome, Bertie.
I know. Well, it's, it was written in cursive on the side, and I don't know.
River
It was
Oaks
adorable.
Dental.
Whatever it was adorable.
The Molar Express is coming through.
Molar Express.
I don't know if any of you know anything about cars.
Yeah, no, we don't. I just think they're cool.
Yeah, they got the Molar Express, a little locomotive.
Like that.
Sending out some green smoke.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's a really, really inventive float right there.
Bertie, if I would test you and ask you how many boats have been in this parade, would you know the answer?
Who, me?
Yeah, because there's
No.
another one.
Yeah, there are a lot of. I'm not a boat guy.
A lot of boats in this parade, but for a good reason.
Yeah.
I have an unofficial count of 6 boats that I've counted so far.
Okay.
That sounds
Marine
about
Max.
right. Yeah, Marine Max, located both in Crosslake and the Nisswa location locally. My father-in-law actually is a salesman, Todd Dunlap, for Marine Max out of Nisswa. And this location here is the formal location that replaced CNC Boatworks. That was a multi-generation Crosslake Marine location right on the Dega Channel. And then we got Lake Country Crafts and Cones, also known by the kids as the Yellow House.
Yellow House.
They sell more Kemp's ice cream in the entire state of Minnesota than anyone else.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
They got a specialty cone called the Doozy.
Here come the bells.
Matt, you can turn your mic back on if you want to and share some of that.
Oh, I did. It went by already.
Oh, well, we can still hear it.
They're running that out of Central Lakes College with all the bells and whistles.
Nice.
Oh, they got a little person vehicle here. I don't know what you call this, but this thing is cool. You guys got to see this.
My daughter's going to CLC, so I'm impressed with that one, with that float going by.
Yeah, they have a great program there at CLC over the years. Central Lakes College, one of our friends, Taylor Max, is going there for pre-dentistry.
Little known fact, at CLC in 2015, I was Trio Student of the Year.
Very nice.
Wow.
Very well. Congratulations, Matt.
You're welcome.
Oh my goodness.
That
is a tiny little truck, isn't it? It's
CLC.
adorable.
Yep, for their transportation center. One of their focuses for their degrees. And then Rivets, Tree Service, and Firewood, a member of the Brainerd Lakes Chamber. And they got some dinosaurs and passing out some candy and some other things. And then we got the Ideal Snow Pros, which is a nonprofit that runs the trail grooming and snowmobile club for the Ideal Township and throughout the entire area. They partner with the other groomers and such like that to keep these miles and miles of trails perfectly intact for year-round use in our area.
Well, one advantage of sitting in the vehicle here is the warmth, but one disadvantage is we don't get to hear so much of the crowd and the horns and stuff. It's just always so exciting, all these cars going by.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Matt.
Ask and you shall receive.
Lakes pavement maintenance is going by right now. It's seal coating, crack repair, and line striping.
Garage door star.
GDS.
And they're followed by the Emily Fire Department with their fire truck.
Brad and Bertie, the log church is coming. Do you know how long it took them to build it?
I do not.
It took a while.
Okay.
So they did it whittle by whittle.
One log at a time?
Yeah, whittle by whittle.
It's one of our local congregations, evangelical. They're located off County Road 66 and have a really good following and a good youth group.
And another boat.
And another boat.
Yeah, that's the kind of boat my husband just bought.
They got a good crowd with them. I got to tell you guys, you know, you may be warm and comfortable, but your boy is getting some goodies. I got cups, I got candy, I got koozies.
Getting all the good stuff out
Man,
there.
you're getting all the good stuff
All
there,
of it.
man.
It's here.
Hypothermia.
That too.
The next float is...
just don't talk about it.
I told Rain she had to go stand out on the road so she could get some goodies too. I don't know if she listened, but I'm going by right now. What is that one?
That's the Crosslake Community School. That's a local nonprofit school that is one of the first in the state and country that I'm actually on the board for, and it's a charter school that us as the Lake Foundation, being the owners of, it's one of the first that is a nonprofit, so we don't make any money off the kids' educations, and we take the profit we make, put it back into the school and the Crosslake community. So
Nice.
very proud of that addition. That's just 2 blocks up from us, north of Pine Peaks Restaurant and south of the post office, and that has both in-person student and online.
What's the focus on that charter school?
Environmental and community-based, small classes. We cap them at 19 to 21 students, and as a focus in serving your community and the environmental aspects.
That is a perfect kind of school. And coming up right now, it's Wing Wellness grand opening, huh? So.
Yeah, they're just a new business in town, just about 3 buildings ahead of us here on County Road 3. That is a part of the old Judy's House of Gifts building that has been purchased and subdivided in a number of buildings, such as the North, the Key Wellness that you're speaking of, and a couple other businesses.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to offer a lot of personal care services there. And then Comfort Keeper, senior in-home care, passed us just a second ago.
Rivals in the house. You guys need me to act, or we're going to be cool? You got to say something now.
Do it. Whatever it is, do it.
I have no water balloons. I came unprepared.
Well, there you go.
Called his bluff. We have the PAL Foundation that gives free trail rides at the community center Wednesday mornings. Call for reservations through the trail system to Cranberry Lake and the acres of natural forest behind the Crosslake Community Center. And then Foggers Pest Control for your mosquito needs, safe, bee friendly, and Foggers Pest Control, one of our sponsors. And then we're followed by Local Heroes. Returning it to Lakes Area Heroes, police, firefighters, corrections dispatch through Cass, Aiken, Morrison, and Crow Wing County. They're doing a fundraiser event here in the community in late April.
Nice.
This looks like this might be the end of the parade. We're all done. All right. Want to thank our sponsors as we are broadcasting from the Crosslake St. Patrick's Day Parade. Thanks again to our Crosslake Builders, Garage Guys, presenting sponsor, stage sponsor, Crosslake Auto Body, and roving reporter sponsor when Matt was speaking to those wonderful folks out there, Tanner Motors and Brainerd. Thanks to everyone who joined us here on YLE, and we'll do it again next year. See you then.